week, getting ready for a good football team in Miami. So, that's where our focus will go right after this.
All right, we'll start with Lindsay and then Jordan.
John, just talk about Johnny Hecker. What did his punting ability tonight how much did that help you guys out?
It was huge. 5 punts, all of them inside the 20. He was able to flip the field. A long of 63. He was phenomenal tonight. Exactly what we expect. Don't ever take it for granted, but he came through and he did. I wasn't surprised, but you're definitely appreciative of the effort that he had tonight. It was a big-time deal.
Jordan?
Hey, Sean. Last week, the word of the week was uncharacteristic, but this week in prime time, a substantial win for you guys. What was the message and the mindset, and why do you guys think you came out so focused and were able to execute tonight?
Yeah, I think it's the players. Coaches did a great job getting them ready this week, but ultimately the players came out, they performed, they were ready to go from the jump. I thought it was reflected with the urgency that we had in the week of practice. Jumped out to a lead where we were able to kind of control that, and defense was outstanding all night. They got stop after stop, big-time turnovers, fourth down stops, turnovers in the red zone. Jalen and Taylor Rapp end up coming up with interceptions. So you can't say enough about their effort. The one touchdown they did give was on our offense. So defense came through in a big way, and I was really pleased with our team's overall effort. And then we got to be able to be a little bit better in those 4-minute situations when we're trying to run out the clock offensively. Those are things that can't wait to get that corrected. But when we were really just trying to move the football, I thought offensively we did a good job controlling the flow of the game.
Rashawn?
Hey, Coach. Hey, Coach.
Hey.
You talked about your defense. In terms of Aaron Donald talked during the week about, this is an opportunity to come out and show what this defense is made of. What specifically were you most pleased with about their play tonight?
It's hard to say one thing. I think I was pleased with everything that they did. I thought they flew around. I thought we were great. Really, in every area of the game, they held them to 3 points. That was all that they got. We had some huge stops when they were down in the tight red area. So they just did a great job. To get us that short field when we end up getting them, where they had the fourth down and one, they were going to go for it because of the tackle that Jalen makes on the sideline when we ended up challenging it. So, when you go back and look at the tape, I think there's going to be a lot of things reflected in a great performance, and now let's see if we can do it again next week against the Dolphins.
There's a video going around Taylor Rapp kind of missing you there on the high five. What's the punishment for that after that interception you got?
I would say I'll blame myself on that. He did a great job making that. Troy Hill made the tip, and then I got to be a better athlete, I guess, then, and go get him.
Thank you.
John, is that the type of performance that you envisioned when you brought Brandon Staley in from his experience with the Bears and the Broncos?
What would you say to that question if you asked it, if you were answering it, Gary?
I need to ask you that.
The answer is yes. Yes, it was great. I thought, really, our defensive staff as a whole, I thought they did a great job. Brandon called a great game, but they put together a great plan, and then ultimately the players executed it. So I thought there was urgency. I thought there was attention to detail throughout the whole week, and then I thought it showed up on game day, which is the most important thing. So really, hats off to Brandon, our defensive players, our defensive coaches. So pleased for them, and they did an outstanding job tonight.
Fred, go ahead.
Hey, Sean, you really spread the ball around on offense tonight. 5 guys had at least 3 catches. 2 guys had 10 carries. Were you happy with the overall performance of the offense, even though obviously there's some problems in the red zone area where you can work on?
Yeah, it was painful in that last quarter where you're just running it and just trying to conserve clock, but it is about winning the football game. I thought up until that point, I thought we did a good job. The red zone score that Gerald Everett had, thought was big. Being able to hit Josh Reynolds earlier in the game was a big deal. So overall, was pleased with that. This is a great defense. Wanted to try to minimize some of the opportunities for their elite guys to be able to rush and get home. And, they even found a way to still score defensively. But we knew what a great outfit they were. We knew how responsible they were for a lot of their wins that they had and the way that they got it done. Wanted to minimize those chances, and thought those guys did a really good job executing the plan really through the first 3 quarters. And then, I got to do a better job for us, but I think we've got to execute better in some of those 4-minute situations, even if it starts into the, late in the third and early in the fourth quarter where you're, the last 20 minutes of the game kind of just trying to run the clock out and get away with a win.
All right, so we have a couple more for Coach. We'll go Kevin and then Sam.
Sean, you talked about some tough running. Can you describe Malcolm Brown's run down there near the goal line? He seemed to carry the entire defense.
Yeah, I thought that was reflective of just the entire unit. You know, getting a great push. You know, I thought it would be one of those games where Malcolm would show up in a big way. He ends up having 57 yards